to no contact sport when I was growing up. Absolutely, I did.
Yeah, it's not. You have do you have a list? Did you look up a list of head injuries?
Yeah, let me see if I can find it. Well, what do you look at? Well, the first top 2 or 3 or 4, you have football.
Yep.
You have rugby. You have lacrosse. Those are really your top 3. Then you have kind of a mishmash in the middle. You have boxing, obviously, is in there too. But the mishmash, you have volleyball, soccer.
You get so how come? Why lacrosse? Why would lacrosse?
You ever seen a lacrosse game?
Yeah, I've seen plenty of lacrosse games.
Top football players, soccer players, and they just there's no equipment.
But what is causing is it a stick to the helmet?
A lot of it's stick contact. It's the small little ball, and it's just guys running like madmen at each other.
Oh, you're right. If we whip the ball at the goalie's head, that could possibly be a concussion. Yeah. Okay.
What's that? Whipping the ball at the goalie's head?
I think so.
No, the goalie's got protection. Just like
side of the head? No?
Maybe. But I mean, stick off the top of the head, maybe, but not. I don't know. That's an interesting one that would be. And you said hockey's in there where?
Oh, hockey's right at the top.
Right at the top with lacrosse?
Hockey, football, right in that area. Okay. Boxing, yeah, right.
And soccer's in the middle?
Yeah, if 1 out of 10, soccer's right around the 5th.
And I bet it's going down.
So you're saying you can't find it. That's what you're saying.
What's that?
You're saying you're going by memory.
No, it's right there.
I wouldn't be surprised.
I can't find
it. we can check back on this 2 years from now, 2 years from hence.
Yeah, from hence.
I wouldn't be surprised if soccer's going down because of what I'm saying. I think they're heading less. There's less collisions. They're less willing to go, quote unquote, as you say as a coach, where it hurts.
Yeah.
You want your players to go where it hurts, and a lot of these kids don't want to as much.
Yeah, absolutely.
I'll be honest, I didn't. That wasn't my game. I'm not ridiculing anyone. I was more finesse. I just wanted the ball on my foot.
Yeah. I can't imagine you being a
physical beast. No.
Physical beast or back checking.
I was chippy.
Passing.
I mean, I would get my licks in.
I don't see a lot of passing from
you. Oh, no, I pass. No, that's my thing.
I see you as a player who hung around there midfield waiting for the ball.
Well, you're wrong. I pass.
All right. So there we go for head balls. And finally, Paul, we get to my favorite moment of this. Great moments in sports. Great moments on the pitch in which I hear about your soccer exploits. So you didn't sit near the middle of the field yelling for the ball all the time, saying it's mine.
No, and I'm sorry I can't top the blood story.
Yeah, that's a good story. That combines everything. It combines
stupidity,
a teenage sense of drama mixed with stupidity
and health,
and also the fact that there was a comeuppance to it.
Yeah,
where you nearly passed out on the field as you were getting killed and feeling ridiculous.
I wonder if those guys tell that story. The Virginia players.
We should just. If you didn't hear the story, you were playing. This was in college, right?
No, I was about 14.
Okay, you're 14. You're playing a team from.
We won the state. We went to Buffalo. Play Virginia. First game, I wanted to intimidate him, so I punched myself in the nose in the hotel room, and I couldn't get it to stop. My shirt was it was just, they were not intimidated. I was weak. We got killed. I don't recommend this to anyone out there listening, Rhode Island or not.
So, all right. So, what do you have? I know we're not going to top that story.
No. So, the better players from that tournament were chosen to represent so in order to get to the state, you have to play all these teams. So they pick from those teams a team to represent Massachusetts. I got to travel to California.
Okay.
Play in a tournament. And one woman was nice enough to host about 10 of us. Okay? Most people take 2. She took 10.
Yep.
So we're in the house, we're eating dinner, there's flies.
This would be a really, really good opening for a slasher film.
So there's 10 people, plus her son and her husband at the dinner table, and there's flies buzzing everywhere. It's disgusting. The house was gross.
The house is gross.
So we were kind of pissed. I look at now, like, as an adult, like, so what? She's being generous.
Yeah.
But we were pissed. It was disgusting.
Because you were a bunch of rich kids from Dedham.
Yeah.
Spoiled.
So we went out with the son that night. He had some hot rod. A few of us were in there. Some other car. We got in late, had a few beers. We crashed into the house at 1 a.m. She was pissed.
How old were you?
probably 15.
A few beers.
Yeah.
A few beers.
So we crashed in there about 1. Well, the sun was with us. So in the morning,
it was the sun.
Oh, yeah.
in the morning, she comes crashing into the bedroom, opens the door, and starts screaming at us. You, what's the word? Unappreciative, ungrateful pieces of shit. I'm putting you up. I'm feeding you. And we're all thinking, feeding us. We had fly-ridden roast beef. So as she goes to go out, one of the kids, who's now a college coach in Division III, says under the sheets, "Suck my left nut, honey."
Oh, jeez.
She turns back and, "What did you say?" And no one admitted to it. He was under the covers. You couldn't see him. So we are told to pack our stuff and leave. Go back to the hotel. You pay for your own cabs. I don't care. Call your parents. Get cab money. So we go back to the hotel, and the coach is staying at the hotel with some of the parents, and we know he's going to be pissed because he's now got a spring for 4 hotel rooms. But as we're walking up to the hotel, there's this car. It was like out of a movie. It was missing the fender and the door, and the windshield was cracked. And we're like, "What the hell's that?" And they said, "Oh, that's Coach's car. He was drinking and driving last night. He smashed the crap out of it." And he also went on to, he was a college coach. So we knew once we told him, he couldn't get mad at us because he was breaking serious laws over here. So it worked out. We got out of it.
I think that story is a lot better than the bloodbath.
I think
Because there's something weird about that lady. If you look her up, she's going to be involved in some sort of a sexual exploits of underage soccer players or something.
You think that's it?
Sounds to me.
You're right, 10. You're right.
I don't
What's
think-
going on? I didn't even thought of
That
that.
ain't right there.
You're completely wrong, because if she was going to be doing something like that, she wouldn't have minded him getting drunk.
Yeah, and actually, she would have taken him up on sucking the left nut, right?
That's truly gross.
Don't cut that out. That needs to stay.
No, that's going to stay. It adds character to the show.
And this was a team of 14 and 15-year-olds from all over Massachusetts,
Including a guy, I'll say his name, Phil Sheridan, who was the all-time leading scorer in Massachusetts, and I believe he still holds the record
Okay,
to this day.
I know that name for some reason.
I probably mentioned him. Played for Bridgewater, and they knew about him out there, all the teams, because I think he at the time held the U.S. record. So when we played one of them, they said, "Oh, I can't wait to see this Sheridan guy, see if he's all that." So after the game, he comes up, he says, "He's not that good." I said, "He scored 2 goals. We beat you 2-1. Yeah, but he's not that good. I go, "Well, his job is to score, so maybe you don't think he's got great skill or he doesn't hustle a lot, but at the end of the day, just like in hockey, if your center scores, you'll take it.
Yeah,
You take whatever you can get."
that's pretty funny.
Yeah.
And so this was an opposing. Just the fact that an opposing player would even want to talk to you strikes me as kind of funny.
I think he was hosting me, I think.
He was what?
I think he might have hosted us like later on in the week.
Oh, okay.
I think
so
we
later
moved
on
to another.
They moved you to another house.
Well, we were traveling up and down the state, so we were in different houses, but we were in a hotel room while we were on hiatus from the fly-ridden roast beef house.
Jeez.
This is so much better than when we talk about actual soccer stuff. Just to hear some.
The scariest thing is that you're talking 14 and 15-year-olds. I can see maybe an 18 and 19-year-old or something like that. At least they can. But 14 and 15-year-olds, that's insane.
That you know something? When I was 14 and 15, Dale, and I'm sure you were the same, we would have our cocoa, we would read our Bibles, and we would slip into. We would snuggle under the covers, and we would wait for Mr. Sandman to come to tuck us in to sleep. But when Paul was 14 and 15, he was just out doing shots and got in trouble.
And punching himself in the nose.
punching himself in the nose so he could intimidate the other 14-year-olds.
If you saw someone punching themselves in the nose, I think your last thought would be, "Oh, big soccer game coming up."
I think my last thought would be, I don't think I want to mark that guy too closely. He's a nut.
This was pre-COVID. I would never do that during COVID.
Oh yeah, during COVID,
Don't want to get anyone sick.
I think that's one of the CDC guidelines was
Yeah.
don't punch yourself in the nose in a hotel room.
Or at least put gloves on before you do it, and a mask. You know.
Do we have anything else? Is that it for the podcast?
We look forward to seeing our buddy Jim next week.
Who?
That's all.
Who?
Jim.
Jim?
I'll show you a picture after the show.
Right. You mean the chimp? All right, Jim the Chimp will be back with us. That's it for this episode of Soccerheads New England. We'll have Jim the Chimp back next week. Would like to thank financial advisor Rick Spencer, and don't forget, for fundraising, the Soccerheads experience, you get 3 or at least 2. You get me and Paul, and there's a third guy, but we can't remember who he is. And we'll make your fundraiser more than a show. We'll make it an experience. Send me an email at dave@scampscomedy.com or call me at 978-828-9532 for Paul Nardizzi and the missing Jim Ruberti, wherever he is. We miss him so much. I'm Dave Rattigan with our engineer, Dale Lawrence, our head injury expert. This has been Soccerheads New England.